Okay, we had last stopped right here with enable the verse list checkboxes. And the advantage of that was, for example, if you searched on, Berit, okay, if you wanted to search on that, search on the lemma. Of course, that's what happens. I should have told you that. Let's see what our limits are. I'm clicking at the bottom of the screen where it says limits, and it won't show because that's one of those little characteristics that don't work when I'm recording. Okay, we've said we want Genesis, Exodus, and Leviticus. Okay, well, let's just do the whole Old Testament so you get a big selection of verses. Okay, and then we're going to search here. Okay, everybody that I made. Okay, this means to make something from nothing. You'll get debate on that with Hebrew scholars. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, and that's not what you want. You have to be real, the mouse is real dicey with this thing. Yeah, that's the window you want. See where it says lemma? That means root, essentially. Okay, so you want to search on that, and then sometimes it'll actually work and sometimes it won't. Okay, if you say search on form, all you're going to get is the form, and it's searching for it, and it's saying that there are a total of 9, 6 of which are in the what we call the BHS, which is really the Leningrad, and then the 3 here are in the Targumim, which is in Aramaic that's lettered with Hebrew alphabet. Okay, so what we see here, see, and this is all due to enabling the list boxes. Although it didn't, because I didn't say it was okay. I hadn't yet said it was okay to use the list boxes. All of a sudden it's hiding itself. There we go. Let me say that it's okay and then redo the search. Oh, there you go. See, they suddenly appear. See these little check boxes? So if you wanted only certain verses to copy, you uncheck the ones you don't want. I submit to you, you're going to hate that option. Especially if you're doing a lot of work in this, it'd be just better just to paste the whole thing, all right, than to use the check boxes. So that was search window, enable verse list check boxes, and I'm saying you should want that to be blank. All right, but it's up to you. I'm just letting you, showing you what the choices are. Okay, now on top of that, it's like, do you want just a reference of the verse? Do you want to just see the first line of the verse, or do you want to see the entire verse wrapped? I submit that this last one is better. Okay, so we've unchecked that, so we'll uncheck it again, and we've checked this radio button to show the entire verse, which is what you have there. Okay, so you see, you could change it on the fly even after you've made your choices and you decide you don't want the check boxes. You just go in here. I mean, you end up becoming real familiar with these flags, which are, very annoying and arcane at first. And you say, well, I changed my mind. I want the check boxes. Okay, fine. So now you check this. And you click OK. And so now all of a sudden you've got them, except that nothing's checked. And the reason why nothing's checked is that you didn't have them checked before, so now you got to check. You see how that works? Okay. So now let's go on to other things. Alright, tools, options. Alright, we're back still in search window. We uncheck that. We want this, and again, if you wanted just one line, it would only show the first line of the text or just show the verse citation. I submit you don't want this because you can always export just the verse citations. Okay, there's a way in the copying of verses to the clipboard that you can just export just the verse citation, so you can have it both ways. So why would you want to force this? If anything, you're going to want to force this and then on the fly determine, well, I just want the citations. When I'm in Windows, in YouTube, and people are asking me questions and I cite them Bible verses, this is what you just see me do here. That's how I get it. is I know the keyword I'm searching on, and I just show that, and then in the copy dialog, which is right here, oh, that's Clone BibleWorks, that's a different function. Crud, that's going to slow the machine down. In the copy function, I just copy the verses that I find in the search. But unfortunately now, as usual, when I get to a dramatic moment, I have to wait, because what this did is it just made a second copy of BibleWorks, which dramatically slows down the machine. This is the copy dialog right here. Well, actually, it's not a good one. Where's the copy dialog? Where's the proper copy dialog that I always get? Okay, well, basically you do something like this. See, copy verse list in text, or just copy the selected results, copy to the clipboard. See, watch. You have choices. See, this is just going to give you the citations. It's different in BibleWorks 8 than I use. This is with the actual text, okay, but this is without. So we copy the clipboard, and then what you can do is you can paste that with Control V. So you can be in YouTube and just paste it with Control V, and then each one of these, because you've already checked them, each one of those verses the citations would paste, but not the text. Okay? Alright, so then across version search mode. Okay? You can have it only search in the current version, which of course is kind of redundant, because the only Hebrew version really is the Leningrad that's showing on screen now. But you got the Targumim, which is really in Aramaic, but they use Hebrew letters. Some versions of Targumim. Okay, then you can just have it search all the display versions. That means, like for example, if you want to search on English, if I searched all the display versions, it would be searching on that. And I'm sorry, it's in dark blue. That's another quirk in BibleWorks that's not nice in the new version, is they force that color. Same problem as in Adobe. Why anybody thinks the dark blue on blue is going to look good, I don't know. They should make it yellow or white or lighter blue at least. But no. Okay? So if you wanted to search all the same language versions, and you had specified these as your display versions like I have, then it's just going to search those 3 Bibles. I haven't shown you how to do favorites yet. Okay? That's a different thing from this. So when you search all display versions, you're searching whatever that language is, all the versions of that language, Bible versions that you have in that same language. You just search them all. Now you can search in display. In other words, you might have 50 different English versions, but you don't have them all displayed. Like right here, I have at least 50 English versions that I've installed, but I'm only displaying 3. Okay, well this changes it so you're going to display all 50. Okay, or you can search and prune it. In other words, if they all repeat each other, just search, and you usually end up getting 1 per verse. Okay, 1 citation per verse. I prefer this one, search and display, or search all display versions. Okay, because that way you get the widest selection of words that are similar to the word that you're searching on. Because again, word searches are part of how the Bible audits itself and tells you its own meaning. Okay, and this is all auditing now. Alright, so then we get into the browse window. This thing here, because they don't tell you. This thing here, up here, is the browse window. So like if we wanted to go to Joshua, alright, and I have a favorite that's set on, doing these texts in this order. I call it my basic. Okay, these are my favorites. This is the basic setting. Okay. And in that particular favorite, which I'll show you how to do that in another video, this is my browse window for it. That's what's called the browse window. Alright? And what you want to know is, okay, this says, okay, do you want to be able to color the different versions? I submit to you that's a hassle, but enable it at least, because you might want to for one reason or another. And then morphology text means, see, like this is a word ending. Okay, do you want to color the morphology? And you can get real specific about how you want to color it. Alright? But you want to at least allow it to be possible. So you check that box. See, look. Alright? I'm sorry the font isn't any bigger. I can't make it bigger. Okay, display browse window references in bold. Alright, that's what I've done here. See, here's the reference. This is Joshua. It's in bold. Okay, you might not like that. Display the browse window version ID in superscript. That's what I've done here. This is BGT. Okay, so that's in superscript. Display browse window references as superscripts. Okay, the window reference. Okay, and I think that's talking about down here. I'm not 100% sure where that is. I'm not 100% sure what this is different from the version ID. I guess it's the verse reference. If you wanted this, yeah, if you wanted this to be a superscript, you could make it a superscript instead of bold. I like a variety in text. It makes it easier to read text. If it all looks the same, I have trouble reading it. So this is, you know, personal preference. Okay, version ID in superscript. References is superscript, meaning the verse reference that's up there highlighted in middle blue. Okay, I don't happen to want it that way. Display full book names in browse window. So instead of this being an abbreviation, you could have it say Joshua. Okay, I don't want it as superscript. Full book name, that'd be yes if it's checked. Okay, show outline list box on browse window. This thing up here, let me show you. See, watch what happens when I click this again to uncheck it. See, that's the outline. Show the outline heading. That's the outline heading. Okay? And so you check it here as a default. And then if you don't like it for one reason or another, you need more space, you uncheck it here, and then you can recheck it. Okay, but it's going to be your default down here if it's checked. Okay, automatically make morphology versions display versions. That's kind of complicated to explain. Basically, remember when I said you searched on, see, well, it's not doing it right. When you search on the lemma, see that, the funky thing there with all these abbreviations? That's the morphology version. Okay, what if you wanted it to also display on screen below the Greek text, for example, because we're using the BGM, which is the morphology version, that has all this code attached to it. If you want that, honey, then you check this one, this box here. Automatically make them display versions. I can't stand that option, so I have it checked no. Okay? I don't need the codes. It's harder to read the codes to figure out what it is than it is to just read the text, because look, this is the #1 thing about BibleWorks that makes it so exciting. See? I've got my cursor right now on Kurios. See in the bottom window? How many times have you seen me do this in videos? See? I mean, but by now I know what it is just by looking at the text. I don't have to look down here. But see, what's so cool is that you can learn the language faster because you get used to seeing this if you read enough, and you get used to seeing this, and it's all in one glance with your eye. You don't have to memorize. You don't have to practice. You just read a lot. So that gets you in the habit of reading Bible, reading Bible, reading Bible. What's so wrong about the way language, and especially Bible language, is taught is they give you all this rote stuff. Okay, so you don't see the relevance. But see right here, you're learning grammar. You're learning it in context, exactly in the proper way. Okay, see? When your mouse is over the word kurios, you can glance down here and see what it is. That's an association going on in your mind. Meanwhile, it's not detracting from reading Bible. It's no work at all when you do it this way. Okay, some people say, oh, that's too easy. Yeah, honey, that's the point. That way you're spending more time studying scripture and less time learning the grammar. You are learning the grammar. And you're learning it just like you did as a kid. You learned language as a kid while you were using it. You heard mommy or daddy say mommy or daddy. You heard mommy or daddy say see Dick run. You didn't know what those words meant, but as you heard them, you learned what they were discreetly, in context. And then the next time you heard see Dick run, well, you had to think about it maybe. And the third time, and the fourth time, and the fifth time. Meanwhile, you're using the language and hearing the language as a living thing, not as a dry set of conjugations you learn. That's what I liked about my Latin teacher, is that he didn't spend a whole lot of time doing amo, amas, amat. He started us reading in Caesar's Gaul, in the Decameron. Well, anyway. Okay, well, yeah, well, it wasn't just Latin that he liked. Okay, well, anyway, here's the point, is that if you want to see all that gooky stuff, telling you all this arcane stuff, well, oops, there. You want to see that? Oh, God. It's a very common word. See, it occurs 1099 times. So there's 2,100 hits, or 1,900 hits altogether, or 1,100. Okay, see, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, if you want to see the gooky stuff, and see, now look at this, look at this. See, because you searched on the forum, all you're seeing is avar here. That means to Hebrew. That's the source of the word Hebrew. Okay, it's very cute. Daniel uses this to good effect. It's wordplay. Okay. All right, but anyway, the point is that, see, you search on the lemma, that's what you get, is this code. If you want to see that code, then check this box, automatically make morphology versions, display versions. And this is going to absolutely kill my memory, so I gotta clear tab 7, because it's got 1,100 references in it. Cannot clear the active tab. Okay, wait. No, I don't want to clear tab 8. I want, this is a bad problem in BibleWorks. You have to put your cursor, and it's dicey to put it on the right tab. Okay, so now tab 7 doesn't have anything in it. Otherwise, this video is going to go on too long. And I think what I'll do is take a break here, and we'll come back.